So, Echo, if people want to make it count for this podcast, maybe you could tell them how they can go ahead and do that if they want to.
Sure. Be happy to. Actually, we're talking about Origin. Why did Pete choose Origin as the name? He told the story, right? Must be slacking on the listening on that one. Nonetheless, it makes sense because the origin of all the gear is here in the U.S. Just happens to be, but that's a big thing. The origin. So, what do we make geese out of? Say cotton. We'll just take the cotton. Grow the cotton in the U.S. What do they do with the cotton?
Turn it into yarn.
They do, stuff.
Dye it.
Yeah.
Turn it into a fabric. Oh,
yeah. Various forms. Yeah. And they do all of that. They don't import it, from wherever, some undisclosed
American
place.
hands.
Yeah. Anyway, so maybe that's why it's called Origin, because the origin is a significant thing, right? Sure. Anyway. All right, cool. So, Origin, what is Origin? Origin is the best gear in the world, straight up, objectively. Not subjectively, objectively. I got proof. Boom. So, I got a gi. We went to this Origin immersion camp for jiu-jitsu. Origin jiu-jitsu immersion camp.
Yep.
Good fun, by the way.
That was your first time in the Origin gi, wasn't it?
Yes, at the camp.
Check.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you with yours. It was cool. So cool. Camp, got the gi. Then I come home. Got two, by the way. Actually, I got two gi tops. One pair of pants. Come home. Made me want to train more in the gi, by the way. I don't know if it was the gi or the camp or both. Probably both, yeah. Anyway, so this whole week I trained gi. And every single time I went in, someone mentioned the gi. And it's not like it's pink or something like that when they're like, hey, see Echo put on his gi. Yeah, it's normal. You can get the blue. I have the white one. And everyone, it's like, oh, what's that? Jeff Glover was one of them. And this is a person who's like, if he says it, it's something. It's not like some, fashion person is, I don't like that logo or that's a cool, Anyway, it was someone who knows gi. Anyway, everyone asking, like, what up with this gi? So I go into the spiel. Made here. I might have lost somebody because I took real long saying it, but nonetheless, it's dope. And then another one was Jeff Higgs. We know who that is.
Higgsy.
Do you know who that is?
I sure do.
Yeah. The person that Jocko talks about when he first started to get introduced to jiu-jitsu. The guy who...
Reintroduced to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He and I got introduced to jiu-jitsu together. Then he went out and trained hard.
Yeah.
I think it was the day he got his purple belt. I was still a white belt. I mean, we trained with Master Chief Bailey overseas for like 3 months. And then we came back. We were in different platoons, but he started training for real with Fabio Santos. Yeah. And the day he got his purple belt, I'm pretty sure it was the day he got his purple belt, he came to my house and was like, let's go train. And I said, oh, yeah, cool. So think about purple belt versus white belt. He just annihilated me. Yeah. And he, triangle, arm lock, everything. Rear naked choke.
And he's kind of tall, too.
Yeah, he's tall, just strong.
Putting beat downs
Bony. Like, in terms of when he's impacting you with his elbows.
Yeah.
Real bony.
He's hitting you.
Yeah, he's got the bones.
Yeah.
Cutting.
Yeah, he's like...
I guess triangle feels like it's going to cut your head off. Because he's bony.
Yeah. He knows some good judo, too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's got a real... He's always in touch with the whole idea of using this to effectively defend yourself in a street scenario. Yeah. He's always in touch with that. Yeah. He always adds in a little, and if you're in the street, you could do this right here.
Yeah. He did that. I went up to Studio 540.
Yeah.
For various, I had to train at 10 a.m. I had some stuff I had to do, and then they were only doing no-gi at the V. So Studio 540. Higgs is teaching the class. Rob Zepps, he's the owner or whatever. Even he mentioned the gi. Dang. He's like, what gi is this?
Yeah. Well, it's because it's a different material, not only specially made, specially woven, specially designed for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's that Origin stuff. Don't worry about that. And he's like, I think I might have one. You know, he's the kind with like 1,000.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I have one of these or whatever. And I was like, you don't have this one, bro. And I just kept walking, you know. Anyway, then afterwards when Higgs was like, he's like, this is I think he even said, this is the most interesting gi. And he was like rubbing it in his fingers, you know, when he grabbed my sleeve. This is the most interesting gi I've ever seen. Something like that, you know, went into my
That's
studio.
the Axiom gi.
Yeah.
With the gorilla weave.
Yeah.
Because they have a normal pearl weave, which looks like little tiny pearls, right?
Yeah.
American pearl. But the Axiom, that gorilla weave, is or is it the dragon weave? They both look very similar.
Yeah.
But they're both cool.
Yeah, one of them looks like it's like, I'm not gonna say velvet. I'm not gonna do that, but it looks like that, you know.
No, it looks like diamonds.
Which one was the one? Remember, we were looking at them, and and they were saying like I was like, dang, this looks super luxurious. That's not the one I have, by the way. It was like this the other one. I don't know which one was which, but nonetheless, people seem to like the gi. And the pants are dope. It's like you can choose drawstring, but it has the like, you know, like surf shorts.
Yeah.
Where they have the Velcro, boom, and it's like fitted. They go in sizes like of your waist. It's not just like which actually I'm not against the whole A1, A2, A3. You know, I'm not against that. It's fine. It's cool. Super simple. But this is good. It's like when you get it, you can order your pant size. Boom. So you know when you put it on, it's gonna be dope. Anyway, and it is dope, and you know the public responded in that way as well. So, also
and rash guards, T-shirts.
Yeah,
we're gonna make a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. There's some cool stuff on there, and the point is really I'm talking about the gi. Why? Because I was all up in that gi this week, and it's fresh on my mind, and it's, you know, one of those things that sticks in there. Also at the camp, you know how like when you give your laundry, I only had that one. Yeah. So you give your laundry, you're out of gi. You can't go to the next session unless you get another gi, which is kind of, I wasn't really about that. But so I would use them twice in a row, and they dry surprisingly fast.
It's not even a surprise. They dry fast. They're not 100% cotton. Yeah. They got polyester, I think, in there with silver coated. Not kidding. It's antimicrobial silver coating on it. Yeah. Not like silver you can see it. Yeah. But yeah, that's why.
Silver, that's the thing.
That's the same thing with mine. When I pull mine out of the washing machine after the spin cycle, it's almost dry.
Yeah.
Like a pair of surf shorts, basically.
Yeah.
But dang, it feels comfortable.
It's nice, yeah. So, yeah, man. Anyway, so, yeah, Origin Maine, like the state Maine, not M-A-I-N, M-A-I-N-E. So, originmaine.com. Go in there. There's a lot of cool stuff on there, man. A lot of it. So, yeah, check that one out. That's the best gear in America, all made in America. Best gear in the world, all made in America. Also, Jocko has some supplements. So, still on originmaine.com. Right, there's a part, and I was looking for them. Yep. You go on the top, and it says labs. Yep. You click on there, boom, that's where all the supplements. Super Krill, because normal krill.
You mean Jocko Super Krill?
Jocko Super Krill. You couldn't just do the krill oil, huh? No. You couldn't.
No. Well,
no.
I got Super Krill.
Yeah, Super Krill. Why get krill when you can get Super Krill? One of those deals.
Super Krill's got the capes on.
All right, cool. There you go. And you know, Joint Warfare, which is, you know, a blend of joint supplements. Refurbishing.
Yeah.
Furbishing. Is furbishing a word? You know, refurbishing, right? Yeah. But the refurbishing is just doing it again, right? Yeah. Is there furbishing?
Yeah. Thing? And that's got the things that I always take.
Yeah.
Glucosamine, curcumin, chondroitin, and the chondroitin is in the form of sea cucumber.
Sweet.
That's where it comes from.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Well,
it's legit.
Not interesting, I guess you could call it layers, this is exactly what you were taking for years.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey, guess what? Origin in the house, let's just make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I'd have to combine different things before.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to combine anything anymore.
Oh, they're already combined.
We're combining it. Yeah.
Joint
Warfare. We're going to combine it into one pill.
One deal, yeah. Boom. There you go.
Warfare.
Joint warfare.
Against joint weakness.
Yep. It's a good idea too, by the way, because now I got 2 kids. Remember when I told the story, like, when you wake up.
Yeah.
And my daughter,
yes, you've told that story many times.
Yeah, I'm going to tell it again. So she used to jump on my back when I get up. When you wake up, that's your least warm. That's when you're trying to warm up and do physical stuff. The least warm you'll ever be, just in everyday life, is when you wake up.
Yeah, those first 12 burpees are hard when you get out
of
bed.
Or before you do the burpees. That moment. So this is the exact moment when my daughter, 40 pounds or so, jumped on my back, my shoulders. My back or my shoulders, whatever she chose. And, after I took krill for, I think it was like 5-6 days, boom, I could easily do it. I didn't have to focus on my form, nothing like that. Now, I got 2 kids. And my daughter, who's older, is heavier.
Mm-hmm.
So, not this morning, yesterday morning, I go to wake her up for school or whatever. I already have my son. He weighs, I don't know how much he weighs, but he's 1. I have him. She still wants to jump on my shoulder. I have him because he's like, oh, and then he sees her jumping. So basically, I'm the, what do you call it? The vehicle that they're riding on. Early in the morning, by the way. Still no problem. Still going strong. So yeah, man, that's it. That's a joint warfare situation right there. Yeah. And krill, super krill. Get on it. You'll be glad you did. Also, check out onit.com/Jocko. This is where I get my kettlebells, and I mentioned this. I got the gorilla ones, 72 pounds, so I'm cruising, right? Not lifting, cruising. And Jade comes, my brother comes, and I was like, yeah, go check out those new kettlebells I got. And he goes, oh yeah, those are cool. I was like, go ahead, pick them up. He goes, pick that. It's like kind of heavy, But I've been doing kettlebells, so I was like, nah, let me show you. Not even warmed up, nothing.
Speaking of krill oil.
Yeah, it was actually really the krill oil springing into action, really. Boom, I do it, and, had to show him what up. Nonetheless, that was done with those kettlebells, which are dope, by the way. I'm not going to say get the designer ones. I'm not going to say that. I think you should, but I'm not going to say to do that. I say go on there, onit.com/Jocko. Check it out. You like something, get something. They got cool battle ropes and any kind of exercise stuff, like the new stuff. Functional training equipment. Keep your workout interesting. If you care about your workouts being interesting, unlike Jocko. Jocko doesn't care about that stuff. Don't get addicted to the interesting information like I did. I think I'm past that addiction now, but, you do run that risk. onit.com/Jocko. That's a good one. Also, good way to support is when you're buying these books that Jocko reviews. We didn't review one today, but, in the future, Jocko might, and it has in the past. We organize these books by episode on jockopodcast.com. Go on the top, click on books from podcast, boom, all in order. To support the podcast, click through there to get them. Boom. It takes you to Amazon. Supports the podcast that way. Also, if you're doing any other shopping, hey, feel free. If you're going to buy a new video camera in the event of your video camera breaking on the plane, when you check your luggage and the video camera's in there, you want to get another one, boom, get it through there. All good. Big support on that one. What?
It seems like an opportune time to talk about your other video camera.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Actually, it's a good story, though.
Yeah.
It's not like a tragic story, which it kind of felt like when you mentioned it. I was like, oh, it brought me back. Okay, so here's the story. We go to Maine, right? Technically, we go to Boston, then drive to Maine. Yep. Right, so, to drive to, we rent a car, the car rental place. And I have 3 bags. Well, you have what? 1, 2?
Yeah, 2 bags.
2 bags, so 5 bags total.
My computer bag and my suitcase.
Yeah, so 5 bags total. I have a big bag with equipment in it. Suitcase with, all your jiu-jitsu stuff and clothes and whatnot. And then the 3rd bag, which was a carry-on, pretty big,
Most important.
Has an important camera in there that I use. It's my favorite camera I have ever had. Really good camera. Has some value to it, we'll say. And
it's a red camera.
Yeah, it's
red Epic.
Camera. Yeah, Epic W technically.
Red Epic W.
Yeah.
It's an awesome camera. Is it the best you can buy, or is there one more?
It depends on what you mean by best, but there's one sort of level up.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this. It ain't cheap.
No.
It ain't cheap at all. In some places in the country, you could buy a house for the cost of this camera.
Yeah.
So it's an expensive camera.
Yeah. And
you'd think like, okay, Echo's going to take really good care of this thing.
Yeah, which I do. Really, that's why I carry it on.
Yeah.
And boom, boom,
He doesn't even trust anyone touching it. He's going to carry it with him.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So boom, we get in the rental car. We apparently got 5 bags to account for. There was some kind of confusion. You know what happened? Yes, there was. Yes, remember when we were getting in, what was it, like an expedition or something like that, and now those new ones have that automatic tail door that goes up.
Yeah.
And you know what it was? I think there's like a sensor under the bumper that if you like put your foot under there, it closes. Like if like a hands-free closing the door situation.
So the thing started closing on me.
On Jocko, yeah.
And the rental girl, was trying to save me.
Yeah.
And she couldn't.
Yeah. So
it was like too strong for her, which was kind of funny because I didn't even care. And I just kind of like put my back into it and stopped. Yeah. But I was watching her kind of chuckling because she's trying to stop it and it wasn't stopping. Yep. She was looking, and she had a look on her face like I was about to die.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like Indiana Jones, I was going to get my head cut off by the door slamming shut. Yeah. And I was just kind of like laughing at the whole situation.
Yeah.
But that caused some confusion apparently.
It was
in
like
your mind.
It was like a little micro emergency that happened. And so I was like, boom, flustered. But wait, what? All the bags are in or not? And we were trying to fit. Remember, because you were trying to get the seats down. Yeah. Anyway, there's like maybe 3 quasi major things going on.
no major things going on. But
and for the sake of the story, I'm just going to continue. So boom, we get it all loaded.
I apologize to everyone for asking.
We get it all loaded, and at one point, like we were like halfway up. This is a 3-hour drive, by the way, if we don't stop, and we did stop. So it was like 5 hours or something like that. So we stopped, and I remember, hey,
we stopped and got fried chicken, by the way. It was good. It was really good. I loved it. Yeah, I was stoked.
Nonetheless, I had a thought, and it was literally lasted 3 seconds. Like, I don't really remember putting my camera bag in the car. But what am I going to do? Not put it in the car? It's like the most important bag. So whatever. So we just continue. We get up there, and right as we pull into like park, like
we're
5
talking like
seconds
4 hours later. We're in the back country of Maine.
Yeah. Like not even knowing.
Yeah.
First time there, by the way, which I don't know what that even means. But either way, we're there.
And I'm all pumped up.
Yeah,
even though I couldn't roll because of my rib, I was stoked to go in and see everybody and hang out.
Yeah, you can see everyone rolling.
Everyone's inside the light of the gym.
Yeah.
So they can't see that we're outside.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked.
So it's the beginning of the deal.
The whole thing.
Adventure, if you will. And right as we kind of roll to a stop, I'm thinking, man, did I? You know how you kind of account, we're here, and now you start to account for it. And I don't remember that stuff. So the first thing I do, I look in the back seat because that's where it would have went. Not there. And I look in the back, not there. And you know, you get that cold feeling that just rushes over your body, like, oh my God. So I'm like, man. So whatever, I tell you, and you're like, oh, get on the phone, call the airport. And bro, you ever tried calling the airport for something?
Okay, I told you this afterwards. My opinion was, at that point, I was like, that thing's gone, 100%. Gone.
Yeah.
99.999%, you're never going to see that thing again. I had already cut it away emotionally and detached from it. And I was kind of throwing you bones like, call the airport. Maybe they can help you.
That was actually nice of you. Like, because you seem like you care, not necessarily about the camera necessarily, but you cared about me.
Yeah.
I really
I thought that thing was gone. There's no chance you're getting it back. Get over it.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit, I said, is there podcast recorded that you don't have copies of on there? Yeah. And you said, no, they're all uploaded. I was like, good thing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Because we're never going to see that thing again.
Yeah. And I was thinking I'll see it again in 3 months maybe when they finally recover it from Lost and Found from the Boston airport, by the way. Yeah. Or I get my insurance money for it down the line, and then I got to go through the purchase process, which is a thing.
Big gut check.
But we don't have it for this trip for sure. And later on I found out or realized that we have the podcast like SD cards in there. So, I guess we could have just bought some. Anyway, nonetheless, we get there and I'm calling the airport, and right when the airport recording picks up, I just get this feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm just completely going through the motions right now. No one's going to pick up and be like, sure, I'll look for it. Yeah, I got it. No one, that's not going to happen. But I keep calling. I'm like, I'm not going to be the guy who didn't do everything I can. So I'm calling or whatever. Meanwhile, we got to go talk to Pete. We got to, all this stuff.
And actually, you released me. You go, hey, man, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll make these calls. And I was like, okay, cool. You hang out and just make this totally worthless effort because you're never seeing that thing again. I'll go hang out with people. Yeah.
So after like a few minutes of that, I go in. I'm like, you know what? Let me kind of cut it away, as you say, and let me at least embrace the, what we're doing. Go in. And you kind of casually, in a way, mention like, "Hey, there's some guys from the police department."
If that came across casually, I shouldn't have made it come because I met a bunch of guys. Everyone was saying hi, and a couple guys. We're cops in Revere down in Massachusetts, and right by Boston.
Yeah, right next to it.
And I met them, and then you strolled back in, and you met a couple people. And then I said, "You talk to anybody?" "Well, yeah, I talked to this, and they're gonna look whatever." I'm thinking, yeah, thing's gone. And I said, if there's anyone in the world that could like make something happen right now, it's cops.
Yeah, so
it's Boston cops, Revere cops, and I just said, bro, and I was a little. This is my ego. I was embarrassed for you. I felt bad that you had to go and tell somebody that you lost this.
Yeah.
Sick camera. And so I just said, hey man, those guys over there, they're cops, and if there's anyone that is going to get this thing back, it's them.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, the whole story where like,
did you not see this? So did you not think that they were going to be able to help?
I thought that they'd be like, oh, you lost your bag like everyone does every single day at that airport. Oh, we're cops, bro, we have crimes to solve.
Yeah, no,
I'm not going to go get your stupid
my
bag.
attitude of that thing being gone actually changed as soon as I connected it. I said to myself, "Oh, they're cops. We're gonna turn this over to them, and they can make things happen."
Yeah, that's good. And even me, when I was like, "Okay, I'm going to mention it to these cops," and these cops are going to be like, "Diva, like what do you think our job is? To go recover your lost luggage? Like 3 hours away, by the way."
Yeah.
No, so I'm like, you know what? Jocko said to do it. I'm just going to do it. This is another go through the motions thing. So I kind of timidly go, Dennis and Nate. Yeah. They were there. They just rolled or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I lost the bet. And they were like, what did it look like? Like, they kind of were into it. I was like, oh, this is promising. Like, they actually care. Because I was thinking they'd be like, man, that's a sad story, bro. I'm going to go talk to Jocko again, kind of thing. I thought that was going to happen. And they were like, no. Bro, they get on the phone, and they're like, what did it look like? Boom. One more question. Like, well, where'd you leave it? Okay, boom. Back on the phone. These two guys. I'm like, oh, it's starting to kind of look up. And he's like, okay. So they hang up the phone. He's like, just a waiting game now. Just a matter of time. I got this guy. I'm like, for real? They're like, yeah, man, just a waiting game.
Bro,
we're talking.
They called all their bros out there, and there was like a force of troopers went down there to get in there. Had that thing recovered in what?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, so they hang up, and they're like, just a matter of time, bro. And then we just start talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of teasing me a little bit. Whatever, I deserve it. Probably even 10 times that. And then we're talking about other stuff. Boom, his phone rings. He's on it. He's like, is it a mine shift bag? And all this, describing it. I don't even know. That's how out of touch. I'm like, yeah, I think so. Go inside, and he busts out my laptop or whatever. It's matching the description. And in my mind, I'm like, there's no way he found it. Like, a cop's not going to just roll into the Logan airport and find my bag. No way that's going to happen. But
it happened.
Sure enough, he's like, oh, yeah, frag mob, because it has a frag mob sticker on my laptop. He's like, frag mob. I was like, that cold feeling turned into just warmth and love and rainbows on this guy. I was like, that's the one. They were like, and, they're kind of, they didn't actually high five, but they're kind of like, almost like, this was this little task. They kind of bonded together, and just like that, man.
20 minutes, man.
It took
and then
them,
who drove it up?
Robbie.
Yeah.
That's his name, right? Robbie.
I think so.
Yeah. I owe him a roll. Actually, there was another guy, Callahan, who was the guy who went and grabbed. So it was like a coordinated deal, man.
Yeah.
And man, that was like one of the more heroic things that has happened to me in the recent past.
So you got the camera back. And the computer.
Yeah.
And we're good.
So the point is, in the event of you shopping for cameras, you can't get a red camera on Amazon. But if you want to get like a Sony HD Handycam, or whatever you're using because it broke in the luggage. I'm not saying that happened to me. I'm just saying if that ever happens, you want to get another one, boom, you can go through there, jockostore.com, click through.
And thanks to everyone that got that camera back.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. And the laptop with all kinds of videos and important stuff on it.
Yeah. Actually, there's
nothing
really on the laptop. But yeah, man. Dennis and Nate, the primary guys. Mr. Callahan, I didn't meet him, but he's down for the cause. He recovered that. And then Robbie, I owe you a roll. I owe you 2 rolls. I owe you a lot, man.
Yeah.
You're the man. He's the one who delivered it. So big up to all of them. Big time. So also back to support of Jocko Podcast. Subscribe to the podcast. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. It's a good way to support. Kind of obvious, like, oh yeah, you subscribed already, but some people maybe they didn't. Maybe they're just kind of not wish-wash, but kind of still on the fence. But yeah, man, do it. Pull the trigger. You can unsubscribe if we're not delivering value. I don't like to use that expression, adding value, because everyone uses it, thinks it's cool. I thought it was cool. Nonetheless, if we're not adding value, you can unsubscribe if you want. Also, subscribe on YouTube. What's the recent development? Oh, your book.
Mm-hmm. Discipline equals freedom. Field manual.
Field manual, which you'll talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we put a video on there. A kind of little summary.
Mm-hmm. I was real excited to see that video come out.
Yeah.
And I was, we were texting back and forth. And you said, well, how about, I'll put it out tomorrow, but it's ready. And I said, just put it out now.
Yeah. Late at night.
And then you said launching in 3, 2, and then and I went to my YouTube on my phone and I was refreshing. And I wanted to catch it, like the first person to catch it. I'm refreshing. And this happened. I got a ping from my mail on my phone. And I switched to mail and it said, Jocko Podcast has uploaded a new video. So that's one of the benefits of subscribing to the YouTube channel. If something comes out, you can have it email you if you want it to. You can have it email you when something new comes out. And otherwise, there's no way you'd know.
Yeah.
So
if you care about that kind of stuff, which, it's one of those deals where, yeah, sure, you get the video version of the podcast. If you care what we look like, just fine. Actually, people play it on their TV, like in their little home gym or something like that, which is cool. It's kind of like we're all there together,
Yeah.
And then, some excerpts in there.
The video that you made for the book,
yeah,
I think it might be your best video ever. It might be. I think it's up there, man.
I was talking.
It's real good.
I was talking to somebody on Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, hey, that video is cool." And I thought about, yeah, man, thanks for that. But I thought about, I was like, wait, Jocko kind of did all the work, really. You're the one working out your words, you saying the words. I said, all I did was put some cool music and some words on there.
Yeah, but you made all that other stuff happen, and there are the words and the way it's all coordinated together and all that stuff. So
put some lights on there. Nonetheless, you know what? To be honest, I like how it came out too.
Yeah,
it was good.
It's very indicative. It might be the best one?
Hey, man, it depends on what you mean by best. I don't know.
Impactful.
Sure.
It's a good one.
I liked it. Yeah, it was.
But if someone wasn't subscribed to the YouTube channel,
yeah,
they might not never know that video exists.
That's true.
And that hurts.
Or no Facebook, or no Twitter, or no nothing. So, yeah. So choose your battles.
I
or whatever.
Tweeted that one out, but I don't always tweet out when something comes out.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't always do that.
Sure.
So if you subscribe, you'll know, regardless of what my actions are.
That's true. And, choose whether or not you want an alert. Sometimes you don't want that alert every single time, but sometimes you do, Mm-hmm. I'll put some deleted scenes on there as well. Anyway, nonetheless, yeah, YouTube channel. We have one, and it's cool. I think it's cool. Jocko thinks it's cool. I just got a little thing. YouTube kind of changed their look on YouTube. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, it's hard for me to judge because I have YouTube Red now.
Oh, yeah.
No ads.
The red. It's so dope. Nonetheless, I like the ads. Actually, they did a good thing with the ads now. Now you can click, I don't like this ad, or you can give that. So you can kind of narrow down the ads you see. I like the movie trailer ads,
I don't like any ads.
Yeah,
I want to watch what I want to watch. Everyone else get away from me.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I dig it fully. Well, nonetheless, the point there is subscribe to the YouTube channel is a good way of supporting the podcast if you want to. Also, Jocko is a store. It's called Jocko Store. JockoStore.com, of course. Very creative name, by the way. I guess technically I came up with the name.
Yeah, you did.
Just store. It's your store, Jocko Store.
I concurred with the name.
Yeah. So, what do we have on the store? If you don't know already, we got shirts on there, rash guards, travel mugs, some bumper stickers, patches, hats, ball cap hats, not like
Did you bring mine today?
top hats.
You
no.
don't look like you did.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Bring yours. Sorry, bro.
You owe me 9, dude.
Yeah. Nonetheless, they're on there, jockostore.com. I guess technically you could go to your own store and get a hat or 9 hats, as the case may be.
Okay, I'll do that today. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
if you want to. Some women's stuff on there, some hoodies. We want to get a thicker hoodie. That's what we're doing, right?
Yep.
I know you said it before.
Yep.
A bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll work on that. So there, boom, hoodies. I think what's the next move? What's the next thing?
Winter hoodie.
Winter hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it should be.
I think I'm gonna put a Warrior Kid rash guard on there too for Warrior Kids doing no gi jiu-jitsu or even gi. You know, you wear the rash guard under the gi sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be dope. All
Cool.
that stuff. Nonetheless, Jocko Store. That's where you get Jocko stuff. It's pretty cool. So I'm not saying to buy something. I'm saying go on there, check it out. If you like something, get something. Good way to support. Also, Psychological Warfare. If you don't know what that is, it is an album with tracks. Jocko tracks. It's Jocko saying stuff to you. So if you listen to it, it's not like a story, right? Like a lot of times, it's not music. Obviously, it's not Jocko singing hardcore, which you do from time to time, by the way. You ever ride? And here's a kind of a rhetorical question. Okay, have you ever ridden? Not you, Jocko, but the people out there. Have you ever ridden with Jocko for 5 hours, 3 to 5 hours in a car? No? Okay, let me tell you what it's like. Part of what it's like. It's Jocko drumming, even in the airplane, by the way, drumming on, what do you call that, the handle in the door? Mm-hmm. Like you're doing like drums. Boom, 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 boom. And then singing under his breath, hardcore stuff. What else were you singing?
I don't even know.
It was like Tom Petty or something. It wasn't Tom Petty. It was something. Anyway.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but it was songs.
All I know is occasionally I'd look at you and you'd be looking like, can you please stop?
Yeah.
Which I got a kick out of. Maybe do it more.
Yeah, or stop the car and like get out or something.
Yeah, you get out and walk.
Yeah.
I'm playing drums.
That was the look, for sure. Yeah. Wait, no. You get out. Stop playing drums and get out. That was the look. Nonetheless, these tracks are not that. They're him, Jocko, talking to you, telling you pragmatic ways to get over your current weakness. What weakness? Okay, so let's say you're trying to stick to a good diet, right? Mm-hmm. Trying to wake up early, or all of the above.
Right at this moment, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
currently.
coming up on 48 hours now.
Currently.
Yep. Feeling good, too.
I guess technically I'm fasting, too, because I ate a salad.
Hardcore workouts yesterday and today. Rolled last night, 70% ribs, a little tweaked still, but Andy, Dean, light rolls, a little bit with Nam. I think that was it. But, yeah, no.
Fasting the whole time.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
So technically, am I fasting if I ate a salad at like 11:45 last night?
Well, yeah.
And that was it? I drank some coffee.
Yeah.
Fasting, right?
Yeah.
Fasting.
24-hour fast.
No.
Right now. Oh, 12-hour fast. No, you're not fasting. No credit. Credit removed.
Is there such thing as an 8-hour fast?
I think that's just life, dude.
When's the No, I think it's like 4.5 hours.
If you're not doing at least 12 hours.
Okay, 12 hours is the cutoff for
calling
technical
it intermittent. I don't know what the cutoff is,
fasting.
dude. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, but
or even a nutrition guy.
Well, you're fasting right now currently.
Yeah.
What if like you just didn't eat yet? And whatever.
Then I just didn't eat yet. There's a difference.
Yeah, so what's the difference? That's the question.
I don't know.
All right. Hey, you're a man of humility. You say you don't know when you don't know. I like that. Nonetheless, back to psychological warfare. If you're trying to stay on the fast or wake up early every morning, or stick to the diet, stay on the program, whatever, in whatever way, ways that you have opportunities to slip. This is an album with tracks that tell you why you shouldn't slip on your waking up early, your diet, your working out. My whole thing, like I've said before, if I don't feel like working out, I kind of tend to be like, oh, maybe I'll rest today. Or maybe I'll do it later. That whole thing.
Not good.
Yeah, this helps with that. It'll just tell you like why. In a nutshell, it tells you the benefits of not slipping and the repercussions of slipping.
That's a good
in
way
a pragmatic way. But it's Jocko telling it to you, so it works 100% of the time, my experience.
Speaking of fasting, people ask me this all the time. When you're fasting, do you eat anything?
Yeah.
I do, actually.
Sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds, because it takes you like 37 minutes to have one little tiny seed to get it chewed up, and so it's.
Right.
But they're good because they keep you occupied and you're chewing and they taste good and blah blah blah. Sometimes I'll grab a handful of nuts, just mixed nuts, just maybe one in the morning, maybe one at night.
Yeah.
One handful, and Jocko white tea.
Boom.
That's the things. Now sometimes I won't eat the nuts, but I don't know. I'm. You got to be careful that you don't have 13 handfuls of nuts.
Yeah, because that's
like I'm just talking like a handful of nuts, right? But Jocko white tea, I have that for sure. And you know what? If you call me now or you want to put like, oh, you weren't really fasting because you have Jocko white tea and you had a handful of nuts. And, I mean, if you think about the amount of calories that I burn on a daily basis, a handful of nuts is basically insignificant. But whatever, maybe I'm doing it wrong. That's okay. Yeah. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to copy what I'm doing. I'm just telling you what I'm doing right now. Don't imitate me. Go find a professional to talk about fasting. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Jocko white tea, let me tell you, tastes good. Feels good, and increases your deadlift about 12-fold or so. Yeah, so that's real good for you. You can get it on Amazon. Also on Amazon, you can get some books, Extreme Ownership, Combat Leadership. I appreciate everyone that gets it for themselves and then gets it for their teams and sends pictures of 47 Extreme Ownership copies stacked up. I got something else for you. That's awesome. Get it for your business associates. People that you work with, but they're not in your company. You get it for them, and that's going to improve everything in your world too, because then they start taking ownership of problems and everything gets better. So, I've had a lot of people that have said, hey, I gave this to this person, I gave this to this partner that I used to have, and now he's got his own business, but we're working together, and I gave him the book, and now we're working together even more. So there's a good idea for you. Way of the Warrior Kid. This was awesome. At the Origin Camp, a bunch of people from all over the Northeast brought their kids up to meet, hang out, get a signature and all that. And what's cool, this is what's cool. Kids tell the truth. You know what I mean? They're not aware of, they don't care about your feelings at all.
Yeah, no.
And it's awesome to, say, I always say to a kid, oh, did you read that book? And they go, yes. And I go, how'd you like it? And they all say, oh, I love it. It's awesome. And we know you're Jocko. And thank you for writing it. And those kids are getting stronger and smarter and tougher and better. So you want to help out kids that get them this book right here. Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual. That's what it is. It's a field manual. For those of you that don't know what a field manual is, in the military, a field manual is the instructions on how to do something in the field, whether it's attack a strong objective, or whether it's do a reconnaissance, or how to conduct a patrol. The field manual gives you the instructions on how to do that. And that's what this is. The Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual is a field manual on how to implement discipline into your life. There's zero amount of fluff in here. There's zero. Yeah. There's nothing in there that you're going to say to yourself, well, I think Jocko might have just thrown this in here for, kind of take up some space in the pages. Didn't happen. Yeah. Rather not do it. Rather burn the whole book. Don't care about that. The book's not long enough? Cool. Read less.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Get it from your local bookstore. So go down to the neighborhood bookstore and tell them you want this book. Or you can get it from Barnes & Noble. You can get it from Amazon. Let them know what's up. It's in the Get After It section of your local bookstore.
Yep.
If they have one. If they don't have that section, they need it so they can put this one book by itself in there.
Yep.
Getting After It. Your video's awesome, by the way.
Thanks, Jocko.
For your business, if you need help aligning your leadership and improving the way that your whole team leads together, check out our leadership and management consulting company. It's called Echelon Front. Me, Leif Babin, JP Donnell, Dave Burke. You can email info@echelonfront.com. Finally, the Muster, September 14th and 15th. I'm pretty sure it's sold out by the time this podcast comes out. We've been able to squeeze a couple more people in at each of these. Even when we were sold out, we got in like 4 more people, 3 more people, 7 more people. Check. It might be completely sold out, but extremeownership.com. And if you want to, we're going to pretty soon get the dates for the 2018 musters going. So start looking to that and get registered as early as you can. And until the muster, if you happen to want to keep cruising with us, kind of hard, we are on the interwebs, on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willing.